Hi, welcome back. In this tutorial, I am going to teach how to install the XAMPP server in your machine. So first go to the Google and type XAMPP download. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, you just click on the URL. It goes to the respective website for download the XAMPP server. So these are the versions are there. This is the current version. Okay, if you are a Windows user, you can download the current version here. If you are a Linux user, you can download from here. Okay, if you are a Mac user, you can download it here. Okay, there are the choice: Windows, Linux, and OS. Okay, if you have a Mac OS, you can download from here. So I am downloading from Windows machine. So here click download. So here my downloading is started. We have to wait until the download completed. Download has been completed successfully. Now I am going to install into my machine XAMPP server. Double click on this one. Click yes. Now click OK. Now you have to click next. Next. Here you have to select the drive where your XAMPP server going to install. I am going to install in C drive. So C, this is the folder which name is XAMPP. Okay, inside the folder XAMPP server install. Click next. 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 That's it. Click next. Now your XAMPP server is beginning to install. You have to wait until the installation completed. XAMPP server installed in your machine successfully. I hope you have understood the installation process of XAMPP server. Click finish button. I hope you guys understood the process. I will catch you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to install the XAMPP server in your computer. In this video, I am going to teach how to open the XAMPP server. If I open the XAMPP server, here the dialog box look like this. Okay, if you click start, here the port is not connected. The Apache, this Apache server, the port is not connected. If you click MySQL also, the MySQL port is connected. Apache port is not connected. Okay, this problem with my machine. If you install your machine, it will be connected properly. No problem. Why I get this problem? I have installed many servers like Tomcat server, like servers. That's why I have a port problem. Okay, if you get these issues, simply you can solve out. Click config button. Here, this is this one, config. Click on it here. Control plus F. Press on your keyboard. Control plus F. You can get the find dialog box. Here you have to type the port 80. Click find next. Here you don't do anything else. Okay, so here click next. This is the listening port. Okay, this is the port which is connected another server also. That's why I get the bad problem. So I am going to change the port as 80. Yeah, I am going to put additional 8 and 1. This is the port. I am going to set this port. Right? And again I am going to click here. This is also server name localhost. Here also I am going to change the port as well. Right? That's it. That's the thing we have to do. Right. Now let's close the find dialog. I am going to save. File, save. Here close it. Now what I am going to do here is here I am going to close. I am going to stop the MySQL as well. I am going to close it again. I am going to open it, reopen it, double click on this one, click start button. Here the port is connected successfully. Here now the port is connected successfully. Now after that I am going to click first Apache server is connected successfully. You can get the port is running successfully. Okay. Earlier you should use you shown the port is not available here. It shows as blank. Now the port is working properly. After that click MySQL also. Now it's working properly. Now how to run this one? Normally localhost, the port I am going to give on as 8081. Press enter key. This is your dashboard you can get it. Okay, this is the dashboard you have getting. Simply this is the dashboard. Okay, now you click PHP My Admin. You can this is the default databases you can see. I hope you understood the port issues. If you get the port issues, you can solve this way. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecturing. Hi, welcome back. Today I am going to teach how to install the Composer in Windows. Composer, which is a PHP dependency manager. So first go to the Google search. I am going to type Composer. Press enter key on your keyboard. So this is the official website of Composer. Click this link. It goes to the respective website for download the dependency manager Composer. So click this download button. So this is the page where you're going to download the Composer. So here download and run the Composer exe. You just click on this link. Now here Composer setup is downloading. So here its downloader has been completed below here. I'm going to, after download completed, I'm going to install the Composer. Okay, so right click, show in folder, double click, click run. Install for, there will be the two choices, install for all user and install for me only. So I'm select as a second one. So here installation options. So click next. It automatically take the php.exe file here. Okay, it will be configuring the PHP. Okay, here your PHP you are installed C drive. Inside the C drive exam folder php exe. Okay, you will be able to check. Okay, so here go to C drive exam folder. Inside the SAM folder PHP. So PHP, inside the PHP there will be PHP exe. So the PHP exe. The exe executed file should be there. Here the file is there. The PHP executed file. So it automatically here it took. Okay. So click next. Click next. Install. Okay. Now here Composer is installing in your machine. You click next. Click finish. That's it. Okay. After done the stuff, we have to check whether the Composer is successfully installed in your machine or not. Just go to the Windows button. This is a Windows button. Right click, run. Go to the run command. Click type cmd. Here I am going to type Composer. Press enter key. Here the Composer is successfully installed in your machine. I hope you understood how to install the Composer in your machine. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In our last video tutorial, we talked about how to create the Laravel project. Our Laravel project has been created successfully. Now this project I am going to open it on VS Code editor. So how to open it on VS Code editor I am going to teach today. So first, if you are not installed the VS Code editor, you just go to the Google and type VS Code download. So type like this, press enter key, it goes to the link. This is the link. Okay, if you click on this link, codevisualstudio.com. If you click on this link, it goes to the respective website for download. So you can see here there are 3 operating systems are there. If you have a Windows operating system, you click on this option. If you have a Linux operating system, you click on this option. If you have a Mac operating system, you have to click the option and install them. Currently we have Windows operating system, so I have click on this option. Now here, if you click the VS Code editor is begin download. So you have to wait until the download is completed. After complete the download process, you will be able to install the VS Code editor in your machine. So I no need to download the VS Code editor. I already download and installed into my machine. So I just right click and cancel it. Now after install the VS Code editor into your machine, what you are going to do here is, this is your Laravel project has been created successfully. Now you have installed the VS Code editor in your machine. How to open this project into your VS Code editor? Very simple. This is the address bar. This address bar is just here. This address bar. You are just right. You select them. Type CMD. You type on the address bar CMD. Press enter key. Your command prompt will be open. Now you are in the E drive, Laravel project, my app. Okay, this is all the folder structure and files on to open it on VS Code editor. You have to type the command code space dot. Keep in remember code space dot and press enter key on your keyboard. So all the projects, your folders and files will be open into the VS Code editor. Here simply it open it on the VS Code. You can see here there are 11 folders and 13 files will be there. These folders one by one and files one by one I'll be talking my next lecturing. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. Now you can see here there are 11 folders and 13 files. The first folder will be app, bootstrap, config, database, language, public, resources, routes and storage and test and vendors. These are the folders available. Now first I am going to talk about the vendors folder. What is the purpose of vendors folder? So here if you click on this one, vendor folders consist of many libraries. Here you can, these are called as libraries. These libraries are third-party libraries. If you download the libraries via Composer tool, you are not using the vendor folder. So here let me go to the note, vendor folder. So here this is the note I have given. Vendor folder includes third-party library source codes. Vendor folder, this is a vendor folder. Vendor folder includes third-party library source code. Vendor folder includes many libraries. You can see here there are many libraries are there. So here we never use this folder if we downloading the libraries via Composer tool. In this tutorial we have download the libraries via Composer tool. So we are not coming to this folder. Okay. So when we come to this folder, we have manually copy and paste the libraries, only use this folder. Otherwise we are not using this folder. We manually copy and paste the libraries, only we have used this vendors folder. Otherwise we are not using this folder. Another note, these libraries will not edit again. These libraries, you can see here there are many libraries are there. This library we are not edited again. Okay, keep in your mind, this is the vendor folder. Vendor folders, when you see the Laravel project, you can it automatically come to your mind. This is the third party libraries folder. This is the third party libraries folder. I hope you guys understood the vendors folder well. I'll be continuing the lecture in my next video tutorial. I'll talk about the test folder. Thank you for watching. Hi, welcome back. In our last video we talked about the vendor folder. In this video I am going to teach about these folders, test folders and storage folders and bootstrap folders. These three folders I am going to teach. So first, this is the test folder. We just expand it. These are the libraries are there. Okay, so now let's go to the documentation. The test folder, what is the purpose of we are using the test folder is people who writes the test cases, they are working in this folder. The people who have a good knowledge of test cases, who have a good knowledge of writing the test cases, that people working in this folder. This folder you can access when you have a good knowledge of testing part. This folder is essential one for test automation engineer and test developers. Okay, this is the purpose of we are using the tests folders. Okay, people who write the test cases, they are working in this folder. Keep in your mind what is the purpose of we are using the test folders. Right, now I am going to go to discuss about the storage folder. What is the purpose of storage folder? If you are expand the storage folder, you can see the app folder. If you expand the X folder, you can see the publics folder, all the things are there. So if you go to the documentation, what is the purpose we are using the storage folder is, this folder is an important folder. This is useful when you are uploading the files. If you are uploading the files and images, if you upload the images and files, it will be coming to this folder. After upload the files, file will be stored in this folder. File will be stored in this folder. That is the purpose of storage folder. Okay, you have keep in your mind why we using the vendor folder, what is the purpose of we are using the test folder, what is the purpose we are using the storage folders. Storage folder to keep in your mind, when you are uploading files or images, it will be coming to this folder. I hope you guys understood these three folders well: vendor folder, test folder and storage folder. Routes and resources, these folders I am going to talk about later on. Now I am going to talk about the bootstrap. What is the purpose we are using this bootstrap folder? So here, let me go to the documentation. This folder includes cache copies. This folder only using the cache copy of the frameworks. Okay, that's the purpose we are using the bootstrap folder. I hope you guys can understand vendor folders and test folders and storage and bootstrap folder. I'll see you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In this video I am going to teach about the folders of configuration folder, database folder, language folder and public folder. First we have discussed about the folder config folder. If you click and expand the folder, you can see here there are many configuration files. Let me go to the documentation. This folder includes all the configuration details. This folder includes all the configuration details. So here you can see here session.php, this based on the session configuration. Mail.php, this one based on the mailing configuration. Database.php, if you click on this one based on the database configuration, but we are not doing the database configuration on this file. We are doing the database configuration on .env file. Here there will be the database connection, MySQL, here all the ports and database and username, password, all the configuration will be there on .env file, right? So here the configuration, this folder is based on the configuration, store the configuration details. Okay, there are many configuration files are there, you can see here, right? After that, I am going to teach the database folder. If you expand the database folder, you can see the files, migration, seeders. Let's go to the documentation. This folder is an important folder for database customization. This folder you just keep in your mind only. This folder, what is the purpose of database folder? This is a database customization. You can create the database table and you can add the columns. All the stuff we are doing by this migration inside the migration folder. All the stuff you will be doing the practical later on. You just remember this database folder is based on the database customization. After that, I am going to discuss about the lang. Lang means a language folder. You can store the languages on this folder. This folder is important for storing the languages. After that, another folder which is a public folder. If you expand it, you can see here inside the public folder, what is the purpose of the public folder is, we can store the JavaScript and CSS and images and icon inside this folder. Okay, if you want to add the CSS styles, you can inside this folder you can make the folder CSS and create the CSS style, and JavaScript you can add the validation part. You can make the new folder inside the public, and you can store the JavaScript and images as well as icons in this folder. That's the purpose of public folder. Here I will be doing the simple documentation, JavaScript and CSS and images and icons. These all the things we have to put into this folder public. That's the purpose of public folder. Today we discuss about these things. First we have discussed about the configuration file. This file based on the configuration details. This public folder is based on the JavaScript, CSS and images and icon. We can put into this folder. This is the database configuration. The database folder, this is the purpose of database customization. Language, we can store the languages. I hope you guys you understood so far. I'll be see you in my next lecturing. Hi, welcome back. Today I am going to teach the main three folders. First one is app folder, second one is a resources folder, third one is a route folders. These three main folders I am going to teach today. First I am going to teach the app folder. Now if you click and expand the app folder, you can see these are the folder inside the app folder. Okay, here you can see the model folder, MVC architecture. So first you can see the model folder inside the app folder, but you can't see the controller folder. Where's the controller folder? It is reside on the HTTP folder. It is inside the HTTP folder. If you expand it, you can see the controllers folder. Okay, when you open the app folder, you can't see the controllers folder over here. Okay, if you want to see the control folder, you have to go to the HTTP folder. Inside the HTTP folder, your controllers folder is there. Keep in your mind, this is must. The model folder is, if you open the app folder, you can see the model folder, but your control folder is inside the HTTP. So if you go to the documentation, app folder, this folder consists of models and controllers. App folder consists of models and controller. Controller is reside on HTTP folder. This is the app folder. Okay, I hope you guys you understood the app folder well. Now what I am going to do is I am going to move into the another folder which is a resources folder. The resources folder, our view folder is there. Okay, this is a view folder. Our design is there. So inside the resources folder, our view folder is there. So this is the MVC architecture. So here inside the app folder we have a controller and models, and our view is inside the resources folder. So you can see here MVC. So MVC. So this is the model view controller architecture. Our model is reside on the app folder. Our view is reside on the resources folder. Our controller is reside on the app folder. You can see here inside the app folder we have a controller folder and model folder. Our view is reside on the resources folder. Keep in your mind. Let's go to the documentation again. Here is a resources. The resources folder includes views folder. The resources folders include views folder. App folder includes controllers and models. Keep in your mind. Now I am going to move into the another important folder, that is a routes. This is the another important folders. Our website, all the web URLs managed by the routes folder. Let's look at the documentation here. Let's go to notes. This folder is an important folder for manage the URLs. This folder is important for manage the URLs. You can see inside the routes folder app.php, channel.php, console.php, web.php. All API URLs includes API.php file. All the API based on the URL includes API.php file. All the web URLs managed by the web.php file. This file is famous in the routes folder. The web.php is a famous file inside the routes file. Website routes files are in the web.php file. Web related routes files are inside the web.php file. All the URLs name can be managed this file. All the URLs names can be managed by this web.php file. Let's go to here the routes file. If you click on this one, if you can see here it's a welcome. Okay, it's open the welcome page. This all the stuff we will be discuss about the practical lesson. Okay, you just know about this one. This all the URL can be manageable inside these routes. Okay, web URL and API, all the stuff manage this routes file. I hope you guys understood the things well. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In this class I am going to discuss about the file structure in Laravel. In our last class we saw the folder structures. We complete the folder structure. Now here let me see the file structure one by one. First you can see .editor config file. What is the purpose of .editor config file? This is not generated by Laravel framework. This is generated by VS Code editor. So this file is not the important file. Next you can see the .env file. This is the important file. We will be discuss about this file later on. Next you can see here .env.example. This file is the example file of env file. If you click on the env file, all the database configuration will be stored in this env file. The same file you can see here, the same details should be there in this file as well. But we are not doing the database configuration on this file. We are doing the database configuration in .env file. So this file is not important. This is the example file of .env file. We are doing all the database configuration in .env file. We will discuss about this .env file later on. Next, we look at the file which is a Git attributes. Now let's go to the documentation. So this is Git attributes. What is the purpose we are using Git attributes? The file which is used to store the data regarding Git attributes. That is the purpose we are using the file. This file which is used to store the data regarding Git attributes. This file not important file, but this file is not important. This file which is used to store the data regarding Git attributes. Next, we are going to look at the file which is a Git ignore. So let's go to the VS Code editor. Here, if you click on the Git attributes, these are the files there inside. So here, if you go to the Git ignore, you can see the Git ignore. So what is the purpose we are using Git ignore? Let's go to the documentation. This file is needed when we ignore the Git. If you developing the project as a team, that time we need this. If you developing the project as a team, we need this file, Git ignore file. This file, the file which are not committed will get stored in Git ignore. This is the main point. This file is not important file. This file also not important file. Git attribute file is also not important file. So Git ignore file, why we are using? The file which is not committed will get stored in Git ignore. This is the importance. This is important. You keep in your mind. The file which are not committed will get stored in the Git ignore. If you go to the VS Code editor, if you click on this one, here this Git ignore files are there. The file which are not committed get stored in this Git ignore. You can store here. Next, we are going to look at the styles.ci.ym, this file. What is the purpose we are using this file is, this file which is used to store the data regarding CS style. This file which is used to store the data regarding CSS file. That's the purpose we are using .styleCI.yml. Next, we are look at the file which is artisan. When we run the Laravel application, we are run the command which is a PHP artisan run. So that time this file is working. So here I have written here, when we run the Laravel project, use this command PHP artisan, this file is running. That time this file is running, but we are not edit anything in this file. But if we look at this file artisan, here this is the file, we keep as it is. We are not going to edit anything else in this file. Next, we look at the file which is a composer.json. This file is an important file. Let's go to the documentation. This file is important file when we store the libraries. When we store the libraries, this composer.json file is important file. Next, we look at the file which is a composer.log. This is copy of composer.json. This file is copy of composer.json. This file store the last version, the version which I work on the last time, that will get stored in this file which is a composer.log. Let me go to the VS Code editor. If you click on the composer.json, you can see the what inside this file you can see. If you click on the composer.log, you can see what inside this file. That's it. Okay, you just remember this one. This is the copy of the composer.json. This is stored the version which are work on last version. It will be get stored in this file composer.block. Next file, which is a package.json. This is an important file. You can add the dependency over here. The package.json, which is an important file, you can add the dependencies over here. This file, you can click on this one here. This is the dependencies you can add here. Next, we look at the file which is a php unit.xml. This file used for unit testing purpose. We are using this file for unit testing purpose. Next, you can see the file which is a readme.md. This file used for write the description of the project. We are using the description of the project. You can write any description of the project. Use this file readme.md. Here, this is the file. You can write the description of the project. You can use this file here. Okay, if you click on this file, you can see the what inside this file. Next, we can see webpack.mix.js. So let's back to our documentation. This is not an important file. This file store for JavaScript configuration details. This file is not an important file. This is not an important file which store for JavaScript configuration details. Let's back to the VS Code editor. If you click on the webpack.mix.js, what inside this file you can see here. The JavaScript configuration is stored in this file. Now I am going to discuss about the most important file. This is the important file .env file. We'll discuss about this one. Here all the database configuration will be do in this file. Here you can see here, this is very important part. DB connection, DB host, DB port, DB database, DB username and password. We have managed all the database configuration over here. Here defaultly it's given when you install the Laravel MySQL. If you want to change the database as PostgreSQL, you can change over here. And DB database name you can change over here. Username, password also you can change over here. Next, you can manage the mailing configuration. The mail part you can configure over here in this file .env file. All the mailing configuration you can manage by here. And AWS configuration also you can manage by here. And the session lifetime here also you can manage by here. Okay, there are all the database configuration, all the configuration details we can manage by the .env file. This file is important file. Keep in remember in your mind. .env file is important file. That's why I talk this file last. Okay, this very important file of Laravel .env file. Okay, these three files are important file. .env file. This one used for database configuration. Second, composer.json. This file is important for managing the libraries. Package.json. This is important file for managing the dependencies of the project. Okay, these three files are important file. .env file. Second one is a composer.json. Third one is a package.json. Keep in remember. I hope you guys understood the things well. I will see you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about the important folders and files of Laravel. If you take the Laravel project, there are 11 folders and 13 files are there. There are 11 folders and 13 files in Laravel. So if you take the folders, the most important folder is app is a important folder. Inside the app folder, we have controller and model. Second important folder is database. Database we are using for the database folder we are using for the migration purpose. Third important folder is a public folder. Public folder, you can store the JavaScript and CSS styles and images and icons. Fourth important folder is a resources folder. Resources folders, inside the resources folders, view is there. The fifth important folder is a route folder. Routes managed by the URLs. These 5 folders are important: app folder, database folder, public folder, resources folder and route folders. Keep in your mind. These folders are important folders. What are the important files? We already talked in our last video. env file is important file. Do the configuration part. Second important file is a composer.json managed by the libraries. Third important file is a package.json manage the dependencies of the project. Keep in your mind the important folders and files in Laravel. This is very important stuff. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In this video, I am going to teach how to run the Laravel application. Select the option Terminal, New Terminal. Here you can see here the terminal. You can see here your project is reside on E drive. Inside the E drive, there is a folder which is Laravel 9 projects. In this Laravel 9 project folder, inside this folder we have a folder name which is a my app. Okay, so this is the folder structure and file structure. If you go here, you can check here Laravel 9 projects. Inside the Laravel 9 projects, you can see the folder my app. You double click and open it. You can see here this is a folder structure, this is a file structure. Now I am going to run it. So how to run? You have a command which is a php artisan serve. So you type php artisan serve and press enter key on your keyboard. Here your project is running. Okay, this is the URL, starting Laravel development server. Your server is running in this URL. So this is a port. So you copy this URL. Control C to copy. Go to the address bar of your Chrome browser and paste it down. And press enter key on your keyboard. You can see here. This is the default page of Laravel. When you run the Laravel application, this is the default page. This is a welcome page you can get. So here, let's back to our VS Code editor. This is generated by the view. So we already talk about our view is reside on where resources folder. Now you have an idea. Just go to the resources folder. Inside resources folder, there is a folder which is a view. You just click here. If you just click here, you can go inside this folder, views folder. You can see here welcome.blade.php. Okay, in Laravel there will be the extension blade.php. You have to type here. So here the first welcome blade.php. You click on this one. This is the design. This is the design, default page design you can see here. This is the default page design. You can see here. This is the default page design. Right? This is the view. Okay, now you have an idea. Your view is reside on the resources folder. Inside the resources folder, there is a folder which is a views. Inside the view folder, you have a page which is a welcome.blade.php. You double click on it, you can see the page. This content is running as a welcome page.
The simple designings coming from welcome blade.php page. I hope you understand the things well. I'll see you in my next lecturing. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw the starting page of Laravel. If you run the Laravel application PHP artisan run, you can get the welcome page of this. We discussed about this stuff in our last video tutorial. Today I am going to teach how to change this content. So what I am going to do is go to the VS Code editor. Now you already have idea. This content is in where? Inside the views folder. So the views folder is where you go to the folder structure. There will be a folder called resources. Inside the resources, there will be the folder which is a views folder. If you go to the inside the views folder, there will be the file welcome.blade.php. This is the starting page of Laravel. Now what I am going to do is, here I just Control A, select all, press delete key on your keyboard, delete all the text. Now here the page is blank. Now I am going to start with the doc type. So doc type. So doc type HTML. You have to type HTML tag. Simple HTML tag. You have to write. Start the HTML tag. After that, close it. This is the standard. When you start the tag, you have to close it. Our HTML, you have to write the head tag. Start the tag, you have to close it. After that, you have to start the body tag. You have to close the body tag. You have to tap. Click here, press tab key. This added. Right? Now, here first what I am going, this is simple HTML we have written. Now here I am going to inside the body tag. First I am going to write the h1 tag and we'll see the output. h1 tag, the heading. I am going to write my site, this heading. Now if you file and save, your application is running. Okay, so it's go here and refresh it. You can see it, my site. Okay, because my content is all the containers I delete them and I write my own HTML code. Okay, on my site. Now here it's successfully displayed on the page, my site. Now what I'm going to do is we will implementation the Bootstrap. Bootstrap implementation we will discuss about our next video tutorial. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In this video I'm going to teach the implementation of Bootstrap. So go to the Google and type Bootstrap implementation. Bootstrap 4 implementation. Press enter key. Select this site. Click on this one. Click on this first link. it goes to the respective website. You can see here. Here, Bootstrap for CDN. Here you will be able to get all the relevant CSS files and JSS file for Bootstrap. You just copy this one. Select all. Control C to copy the CSS as well as JavaScript files. Back to your VS Code editor. You have to paste them inside the add tag. You can paste the inside the add tag. Here your add tag is starting here, a closing tag. So here you have to paste inside the add tag. You have to paste it. Control V to paste it here. Now this comment we don't need them. You have to delete them. Now here what I'm going to do, you have to arrange them. CSS and Bootstrap files. CSS and JavaScript file. You have to tab key, press the tab key, and you have to arrange them. Perfect. You can see the perfect. Now you can see here inside the body tag, we have to implemented our Bootstrap CSS and JavaScript files. Now inside the body, I'm going to write the div tag, div class equal. I'm going to write the container. Div class starter and closing tag. You have to press tab key on your keyboard and align it. You have remove this one. We will be type later on. Inside the div, I'm going to write another div class equal. Here I'm going to write jumbotron. Jumbotron. You have to write jumbotron. New closing tag. Select here. Press the tab key on your keyboard. You have to align it. Delete the unnecessary spaces. Perfect. Now I'm going to write the h1 tag, heading tag, h1 start and h1 close it. You have to type professionally like this. When you start the tag, you must close it. h1 started, h1 close tag. Container start div, containers close div. Okay. Now heading tag, I'm going to write my site. After that, I'm going to write the paragraph. Paragraph started, paragraph close tag. Whatever you can write it. I'm going to write this is my first site. Right, that's it. That's the thing you have to write.
Now let's run the application. Before that, we'll see the Bootstrap classes spellings are correct or not. Container, div class, this is a jumbotron, so JU. I leave the mistake as here I have earlier written as O. You change here as a U. So let's save. Let's run the application. Reloaded. Here it's perfect. It's working perfectly well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we talked about the Bootstrap implementation. In this video, I am going to teach about the routes. What is the routes? I already talked about. It is all the URL managed by routes. So here, this is the URL. This is the welcome page. This is the index page. You can see the URL. So you can see the page. So here, if you type about and press enter key, it goes to the different URL. If you type about, it goes to the respective page, about us page. So if you type contact, press enter key, it goes to the contact page. Okay, what is the URL type? It goes to the respective page. So this all the stuff managed by in Laravel is called as routes. It's called as routes. How to write the routes? So here assume the class route, a get method. This is the URL. So here I already show you. If you are type about us, it will be goes to the about us page. So what is the URL you are typing on? It goes to the respective page. So here you have to give the URL. If you are type slash about, it goes to the that page. After that, comma, here the function. You have to write the keyword function without a name. Here you can see here the function, there is no name. After that, open the curly bracket and close the curly bracket. Right? Inside this curly bracket, we have written here, written about page. Here I have written not pasted to the another page. We have just display the text about page. If you are type this particular URL, this text will be displayed about page. So let me see how to do this. So back to our VS Code editor. Now you can see my route is reside on where? Inside the routes folder, web.php page. Here you have to write the code. Routes folder, web.php page. So let's back to my VS Code editor. You can see here, this is my app folder. Here there will be the routes. Okay, so here you just click, it will be expanded. Inside the routes folder, there will be the file called web.php. You just click on this one. Now here you can see here, this is the welcome page route. We have to call it here. You have to write as a slash. You can see here this write a slash. If you are right or not, it will be display the starting page, welcome page. Here this is one welcome page. If you are right like this, slash return view welcome mean. So here the resources, inside the resources folder, there will be the view welcome.blade.php. We will study later on this one. It will be displayed. So here, if you are type or not this slash, it will be display the home page. You can type or not, it will be displayed like this. So here, that is the thing you have to call it here, slash. Now I am going to write the another route. So first how to write route, you get slash about. If you are typed this URL, it will be display the about us page. After that comma, you have to type the function without a name. You have to type the function without a name. You have to get the properties here. Here you simply have to select in VS Code editor. After that, space, open bracket and close bracket will be displayed here. Press enter key. Now here you have to finish it here like this, right? Now here inside here you have to write return. Here I am going to write return. I just write, I am not calling any pages here. If you are type this one, this URL, I want to display the text only. Only the text I want to display about page. So here I am going to write about page. I am going to display the text as about page. That's the only thing I need to display here, right? That's the thing we have to do it. So here, right, now here we have to complete the colon, that's why it show the error. Now here it's okay. Now let's save them. Let's go to the our page. Now this is empty, so here this is the welcome page. So here if you are type the URL about, what's the URL you are given here, the same URL you have to type, about, have type as about, press enter key on your keyboard. Now you can see here about text will be displayed over here, right? Now you have an idea how to do this. We assume the class route, it's a get method. This is a URL you have to write. This is a URL you have to type on the address bar. It goes to the respective page. Here I am not going to give the respective page. We just write the text only. Okay, if you have type the URL, display the text as about page. Simple. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to go to another URL which is a contact. It will be display the context text. So how to write? Select this same thing, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Here I am going to type contact. If you are type contact, if the URL is coming from contact, the text will be display contact page. I just give as contact page. Now let's save. Now you can see here what is the output will be. If you are type about, it will be goes to about page. Now if you are type contact, press enter key. Now here it goes to the contact page. So here context page. Here I haven't written any pages. It just a text will be displayed as a contact page. Okay. Later on we will write the view and generate the pages later. So here if you want another route, you just copy and paste it. This one should be services. Service. If you type the service, let's go to the service page. That's it. The simple idea. You can have a clear idea. Now if you type this particular URL, it goes to the respective page. If you type this URL, it goes to this page. If you type this URL, it goes to this page. So here now you have to, if you are going to type here as service, press enter key. Now here display the text as service page. What is the text you are given here, it will be displayed on the browser. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In this video I am going to teach about the views. Views, all the web pages design will be inside this views folder. So here first I have wrote here as a location where your view is reside on the project. Inside the resources folder there will be the folder which is views. Here your views will be there. So let's back to our VS Code editor. You can see here these are the folder structure. You can see here the folder which name is resources. You can see here as the document explained. There is a folder which is a resources folder. If you have to expand it, inside the resources folder there will be the another folder which is a views. If you click and expand it here, this is the welcome.blade.php. This is the starting page of Laravel. We already done some example of this page. Here our view is there. Here we have make all the design of this page, welcome.blade.php. In Laravel we have to type the extension .blade.php. If you only type welcome.php, that is not a professional stuff. In Laravel, you have to type welcome.blade.php. If you are make any pages, if you are make the about us page, you have to type about us.blade.php. Contact us, you have to type contact us.blade.php. That is the way you have to type. So you can see here, they given the example welcome.blade.php. So here we have done the design. I already explained this one. So your view is reside on the resources folder. You can see here. Keep in your mind. Let's back to our documentation. Let's back to our view documentation. So here inside the views folder, we have created two files. First one is a layout.blade.php. Second one about.blade.php. So I have created two different files. So what is the meaning of layout.blade.php? This is a template file. This is a template file. So what is the template file? Okay, what the template file means, I'm going to open another PDF file. Okay, so here this file you can see here, this is the header and footer. This header and footer, it is common to all the pages. If you have a website, imagine if you have a website, you have service page, contact us page, about us page, any other pages. So all the pages, the header section and footer section are same. Only change for each pages the content. If the about us page, content is different. If it is go to contact us page, the content will be changed. If it is a service page, the content will be changed. Only the content only change. So this is called as template. Okay, this is simple template. This same template we have maintained by the separate file in Laravel. That file we called as layout.blade.php. This is a template. Okay, these are the templates. This is the content. This content is our pages. So here, this is the layout.blade.php. So here, simple design. I wrote it. HTML start tag, HTML close tag. Inside the tag, I forgot to put the add tag here. Add tag, I implement the bootstrap implementation inside our layout.blade.php. This is a template file. Only one file I have included the bootstrap implementation part. We can access all the pages. About us page, contact us page, services page, other pages. So here this is a layout file. So here inside the body tag, you can see here I have written one heading tag h1 my website. After that, healed. This is the important part. Healed. What is healed? Here we are retrieving the contents. What you writing on the pages. Pages mean if you are writing the what is the content you are writing the about.blade.php, it will be retrieving here. Healed content. Here it will be retrieving. So if you have another page called contact.blade.php, if you click on the link, it will be retrieving the contact us page. If you have a page service.blade.php, if you click on the particular link, it will be retrieving the content on here. Right? The content only change each page is here. Right? That's the layout page. That's how the healed work. Only retrieving the contents of the pages. So another page is about.blade.php. So here these are the pages. So the same one thing in contact.blade.php and service.blade.php. These are all the pages. Here I only take about.blade.php. So here you have to understand these lines. At extends, we have to use the keyword extends. We have to extend this all the layout here. So you have to name it as layout. Layout means this file name layout. Okay, this one we not writing here. .date.php, this extension we not writing here. Only this page name you have to write here, layout. So this all the template will be coming in this page about.blade.php. If you are writing about this one, extends layout, you extend the template here, right? That's it. Your all the page contents will be there. The layout design will be here. After that, here at section content, the section is starting here, closing here. It's a starting tag. At section content, within the bracket here write content, the section is starting here, here stopping here. Inside this section we have writing the contents. In about us page, what you are going to write on the about us page or contact page, you have a contact form is there. All the information will be writing inside this section part. Okay, this is the content files. What is the content you are written here? It will be passing to the our layout.blade.php. There is a field. It retrieving the information, retrieving the content, and it will be display the output as a browser. So if you have click the link on about us, what happen is it's getting the information from here. What is the about.blade.php? It display, get the content and display here. Okay, so all the URL are given by layout.blade.php. That is the thing does in views. Now I hope you have an idea what is views. Okay, the views simply consist of these two parts, layout.blade.php. This is a template file. After that, how many pages you are making, you can write it as names. You have to write the names, about.blade.php, contact.blade.php, service.blade.php. You can give the name. Only the one layout file. Here where your content will be shown in the healed part. Keep in your mind. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In our last video series, we talk about the views part. We talk about these two files, layout.blade.php and about.blade.php. What is the purpose we are creating? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create these files. So first, this file is reside on where? Here I have a resources folder in my project. Inside the resources folder, we have a folder called views. Here where we have created these files, layout.blade.php, about.blade.php. Let's create. So let's move into our VS Code editor. Right. So here, this is my project. Here you can see there is a folder which is a resources. If you click and expand the folder, you can see the another folder, views. You have to expand this views folder, welcome.blade.php. We already discussed about this one. This is a welcome. This is a starting page of Laravel. We talk about this one. So here click on this welcome.blade.php. The same style I have changed it as a template. We already discussed about this welcome.blade.php in our previous videos, how to implement the bootstrap implementation, all the stuff we talk about, how to create the classes of bootstrap classes. So here, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create the new file. That's a template file. This file I'm going to create, layout.blade.php. So let's back to our VS Code editor. This is our folder, views folder. Right click the view folder, new file. You have to type
layout dot blade dot php. We have to write like this. Press enter key. Now your file has been created, layout dot blade dot php. This is the template file. This is the template file. Now what I am going to do is, this is our welcome.blade.php. This is the design we have created in our previous videos. The same design, what I am going to do, this is a template. I have changed it as a template. I just Control A, select all, Control X, cut off, select the layout.blade.php. I have pasted it. Right. So here in my previous video, this is the basic part I have talked about. Okay, this is a basic part, so that I have put into the welcome.blade.php. This design I have talked about. Now what I am going to say, this is a blank template. Now I am making this one as a blank template. So here you can see here, HTML started, HTML close, inside the add tag I have implementation the bootstrap. After that I have created the bootstrap classes container. After that I have created this heading. This is the header of the site. This is the header. This already I have created. This is header I have created. Now what I am going to do is I have created another one is a footer. These are called as templates. Now I am going to div. I am going to create the template. Div, close it. Right. Now here press the tab key. Simply you have to align it. Now here we have a paragraph tag. Start the paragraph and close the paragraph tag. Here I am going to type copyright (2022) tutors funny. This is the header section. This is the footer section. Below the header section, our content will be displayed. In between the header and footer, our content should display over here. Okay, let's back to our documentation. You can see here, I have wrote in my documentation file at yield content. This is how we have to write the content. Here we are retrieving the data and display. So this is how we have to write the content at yield content. So let's back to our VS Code editor. We have to write here tab key, press the tab key. Right now here you have to write at yield. Here if you are type Y here, it automatically VS Code generate this one yield. Here select this one. After that open and close bracket. Here we have to write content. We have to write content. That's it. This is how we have to write the content. This is the template file. This is the template file layout.blade.php. This is the header section. This is the footer section. This not change. This will not change. Only the content will be changed. Okay guys, I hope you understood so far. I will see you in my next lecture. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we talked about the layout.blade.php, how to create the layout.blade.php. Here, in this file, we have a header section and footer section. In between the header section and footer section, our content is displayed. The content will be changed when you click the link. If you click about us, it goes to the about us page. If you click the link as a contact us, it goes to the contact us page. This content will be changed each pages. In this class, I am going to teach how to create the content pages. Content pages mean about
welcome.blade.php, contact.blade.php, other pages. So here I have already have a page which is a welcome.blade.php. This page we have create as a content page. So how to create the content page? Let's see how to create the content pages. So let's back to our documentation. Here this is the content pages about.blade.php. So how to create the content pages? You have to write these lines at extends layout. The layout means what is the name of the template file. What's the name? Layout.blade.php. These are the extension. We need is a name. So this name we have to calling here. That's it. At extends layout. This is the first line you have to write. After that, the section. At section content. At section content. So the section is started here. Here stop tag. The starting tag is a stop tag. At section, at stop. In between section and stop, we have to write the contents here. What the text you are writing here, the text will be retrieving to the yield. It will be display the page. That's the thing here happen. Okay, that's how the pages are working. It's what is the content you are writing here. It will be retrieving inside the yield here. It will be displayed. So let's see. So back to our page welcome.blade.php. Later on we have created the about us, contact us pages. Now let's see how it's work. So here first you have to write at extends. Here we have to write the name of the layout. What's the name? Layout. After that we have to write at section. At section. Here you have to write the content. The section is starting here. Close the section. Stop the section. Okay, stop. Right. That's very simple. The section is starting here. Stop the section. Inside here we have to write the content. So you have to write this one. This is a welcome page. You can write this is a home page or index page. This is a welcome page. You have to write like this. Now let's file, save, go to the pages here, refresh it. Here it is working successfully. Here this one should be your header. Here this is your footer. You can see this is a footer. This is your content page. This is a content. Okay, this is the header. This is the footer. In between the header and footer, you can see the content. Now I hope you guys understood the content page, how to write the content. In my next video tutorial, I'll be explaining how to create another two pages. Those are about.blade.php and contact.blade.php. You can have a good practice. Thank you for watching. We will see in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the welcome.blade.php and layout.blade.php. In this video, I am going to teach how to create the about page and service page and contact page. So let's back to our VS Code editor. This is our layout.blade.php. I already studied in our last video. This is a welcome.blade.php. The layout.blade.php page, which is a template page. This is the pages welcome.blade.php. Now I am going to go to create the about.blade.php page. So how to create? Select views folder. This is a views folder. Right click, new file. You have to type about.blade.php. Here we no need to type anything else here. We just go to our welcome.blade.php. This is the same code. I just copy, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste here. Select the welcome.blade.php or Ctrl V to paste here. Here the layout also same. It's not changed the page. It's not changed the layout. Only the content would be changed for each pages. As we saw in our welcome.blade.php, this is the welcome page. This is a content. If you select the about.blade.php, here I am going to change the content as this is the about. So only the content would be changed. So I am going to change the content here as about. That's it. That's the only thing we have to change. Layout also change. Layout not change, the same thing, the same layout. What's the layout we have created? The same layout would be applied for each pages. The welcome page also same layout. About.blade.php, the same layout. Only the content would be changed. Right. Now let's create another page which is a contact page. Now you have an idea how to create the contact page. Select the views folder, new file. Here you have to type contact.blade.php. Press enter key. Now here the same page, this is the same about.blade was the same page. This Ctrl C to copy. Select the contact.blade.php. Select here, Ctrl V to paste here. Only the content I am going to change here as contact. That's it. In our later videos we will be teach how to put the contact form and everything in this page. Okay. So now you have to understand only the content would be changed for each pages. Now contact us the different content. Now I am going to create one more pages, that is a service page. So select the views folder, new file, service.blade.php. Press enter key. That's it. Now here I paste it here. Only the content I am going to change it as service. Done. So this is how we have create the content. Each pages only the content would be changed. I hope you guys you understood so far. We have created 3 different pages: about, contact and service page. In my next video tutorial we'll see we're going to study about the routing part. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach how to make the links. If you click about, it goes to the about page. If you click service, it goes to the service page. So here, so now we are in the routes, inside the routes folder. Now we have to go to the resources folder. Inside the resources folder, we have a views folder. Inside the views folder, we have a pages. Now here, I am going to go to the page which is a layout.blade.php. Click on this one. In this page, this is a template page. Here we have designed the header and footer section, but header and footer section won't be changed each page. So only the content would be changed. We already studied those stuff. So the links, I am going to make it inside the header section. So this is the header section of the site. Header section we have designed as this is the title. This is the we have to write here as a this is my first site inside the paragraph tag here. Okay, inside the header tag, I'm going to create the links. So here, this is a paragraph tag. After the paragraph tag, I'm going to first link I'm going to create here. Out of anchor href equal. You have to type here open bracket. You have to open bracket, after that close bracket, close bracket. Inside here, to type URL. Here have to open and close bracket. Here I have to type the URL. First URL should be the home page. So you type here slash. That's it. You have to close the anchor point. Anchor. You have to this home. You have to close the anchor tag like this. Now let's save all and see here. Refresh the page. Now here successfully the link will be displayed here. Here the link will be displayed here. So home page link will be displayed here successfully. If you click on this one, it goes to home page. The link here. If you move the cursor on that, the link will be displayed. Now here the same thing I'm going to put it to a about page as well. So you type href equal out type open and close bracket, again type open and close bracket, within the bracket you type URL you type URL, open and close bracket, slash about. Here we forgot to put the double quotation, right? Okay, the efficient way to type like this. Okay, first you have to put in the double quotation mark. Inside the double quotation mark, you type open and close curly bracket. After that, again open and close curly bracket. Here you have to type URL open and close bracket. Here we have to type slash about. What's the name of the page? About. That's it. Close the anchor. The link I'm going to give us here about. Anchor we have to close it. That's it. Very simple. You type like this. Now the same thing I'm going to just copy this one, paste it this contact as well. This is a contact. Or the I'm going to give this service. Service. Type as service. Now here the same thing. I just copy it. Control C to copy. Control V to paste here. This one contact. The link as contact. That's it. If the user click on the about link, it goes to the about page. If the user click the about link, it goes to the about page. If the user click service link, it goes to service page. Contact, it goes to contact page. Okay, it goes to the contact page. It goes to the respective URL. It goes here, and this is the same. If the URL coming, it returning to this page. So let's save all. Let's check, refresh it. Now here all the links should be there. Now if the user click about, it goes to about page successfully. Click service, it goes to the service page. Click contact, it goes to the contact page. Okay, it really successfully goes to the pages. Now what I am going to do here is I am going to style it these links simply. Goes to my layout.blade.php, this one. Here I am going to class, you have to make it as a button. Class equal btn warning. You have to implement the bootstrap style. Let's save all and check. Instead of the link, it make it as a button here. Simply you have to make it as a button. The same thing we have to do here as well. The close bracket. After the close bracket, we have to space. You have to type class equal. You have to type btn warning. That's it. That's the thing we have to type, btn warning. So here we have a right. Now it's working. Now we have to. We no need to type again by again. If you type once, if you type first time, you just copy and paste it below. So here I just copy this. After this, you have to paste it. Here also paste it. That's it. Now let's save all. Let's back to the browser and refresh. Now here this it should be perfect. Now if you select about button, it goes to the about page. If you click service button, it goes to service page. Contact, it goes to the contact page. Now you have to click home, it goes to the home page. I hope you have understood so far. I'll be see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the pages. We have created about page, contact page and service pages. In this video, I am going to teach how to make the links. If the user type about, it goes to the about page. If the user type contact, it goes to the contact page. If the user type service, it goes to the service page. So how to do the task? So first we have to see, now we are in which folder? Views folder. Inside the views folder, we have a pages. Inside the resources folder, we have views folder. Inside the views folder, we have these pages. Now I have to make the links. So how to do the task? We have to go to the routes folder. We have to go to the routes folder. You have to expand the routes folder. You can see there is a file which is a web.php. We taught what is web.php. So you just click on this one. Here we taught if the user type /about, it return to the text about page. We return to the text as about page. Let me see. We already taught this one. Type about, press enter key. It returns the text as about. Now I no need to display the text as about page. I want to display the about page. Instead of the text, I need to display the about page. So how to do the task? Here the same like welcome page. So welcome page, how to return the welcome page is same thing. Return view welcome. So what the things it do is here is it goes to the page. We have created the page inside the resources folder. Inside the resources folder, there is a views folder. There is a file which is a welcome.blade.php. This is called as extension. We only type the name of the file. So here type welcome
it display the welcome page. It will display the welcome page. The same thing we have to do it as about page as well. So how to do the task? So here instead of the text we have to type view open and close curly brackets. Here we have to type about. We no need to type the extension blade.php. Only have to type about. That's it. Now we'll see. Let's save all. Let me see. Now I'm going to. This is our welcome page. Now if the user come and type about, press enter key. Now here it successfully goes to about page. Here this is a about. Here only the content would be changed. The template won't change. Okay, here the template is same template. Only the content will be changed. If you back to our home page, this is the welcome page. Now I hope you understood the things well. Let's do the other pages as well. Other one is a contact. So how to call the contact? This is the contact page. This is the contact page. This is the content. This is the contact. Okay. So here we have type view. The same thing. Here we have to type contact. Here we have to type contact. How does here service? If the user types /service, this goes to the service page. If the user types /contact, it goes to the contact page. If the user types /service, this goes to the service page. So here you have to write here view to type here as service. That's it. Now let's file, save all. Let's back to the browser and check it whether it's working fine or not. Here we have type about, press enter key. It goes to the about page. If you type contact, press enter key. Here it goes to the contact page. Here if you type service, press enter key, it goes to the service page. It successfully, the content would be changed. This is how where URL will work. This is how here URL work. In the next class, I'll be teach how to make the links. Okay, here I'm going to create the links. Okay, you have to type about service and contact. If you click the particular link, it goes to the respective pages. I'm going to teach in my next video tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video we saw how to make the links. In this video I am going to teach how to make the bootstrap styles of these contents. The content text I didn't make any styles. In this video I am going to show you how to make the styles. So let's go to Google and type bootstrap for implementation. It goes to the respective site. So here we saw the bootstrap, how to add the bootstrap CSS styles. So here I am going to get the cards for the card section. This is a nice look card section. Let's apply this one, header, content, footer, this section. I just copy this one, Ctrl C to copy, this one Ctrl C to copy. Go back to my project. This is my welcome.blade.php. Okay, so here I'm going to apply it. This one I just wrote this inside this section. I just wrote the text only. Here I'm going to whatever I copied here, Control V to paste here. Right. So here this one is a div. So here I'm going to select this all, this one. After this, press tab key on your keyboard. Okay, you have to arrange them. Okay, you have this must. The arrangement is must. So this one should be here. This simply you go to the Bootstrap 4. Here you can get it from this card section. Only just copy and paste it. Okay, how these cards work? If you don't have any idea, you just click try yourself. You can see. This is how the cards works. Okay, this is the simple output you can get into your page. So let's back here. What I'm going to do here is, let's save this section, save. Let's go and see this output. So I just press enter key on your keyboard. Here, header, content, footer, it will be successfully applied in your page. This is a welcome page. This text I'm going to call it inside this content. I just copy this one, Control X to cut off this one, this line. Instead of the content, I'm going to Control V to paste here. Okay, that's it. The footer I no need, I have to remove it. Only header and text only I need that. Right. Footer I later on we have to style the footer. Okay, right. Now let's save. Let's see here, header. This is welcome page. It's nice. Or you can, this is a welcome page, you have to put it instead of header, you can put it here, this one welcome. But put it here welcome. It's a welcome. Save. It's a welcome. Perfect. After that, this style I'm going to apply these pages. About, service and context pages. Let's apply them. The simple style. Just copy this one, Control C to copy. Click the about.blade.php. This is the section I am going to paste it inside the section annotation. Okay, this is a content. Control V to paste here. This is a about. Control X to cut off this line. You have to paste it over here. Paste it inside the div as a card body. Okay, in this div. Okay, this is the your page name, about page. This is the about page. So there is same thing. I Control C copy. We apply the other pages, which is a contact page. This is the contact. Here's header also. I'm going to change it as content. Perfect. I have tagged another page which is a service.blade.php. Click on this one. Here also I have to paste it. This one should be service. Here also header section also I'm going to change it as service. That's it. Now let's save all. I'm going to check it whether it's working fine or not. Click about. It's working. Service. Here, contact. It's working. If you click welcome page, it's working. Now here the footer section I didn't style it. I have to make the style the footer section also as well. So what I'm going to do here is, here also go to the Bootstrap 4 card section. Here this is a card. Here this is the nice look styles are there. I want to apply this side, this type, secondary card. So how to get this style? Very simple. Here, try it yourself. Click on here. Here you can see this is the output as display. I have to get this output, secondary card. So go here, go and find the text which is a secondary card. This is a text. Okay, if you have to get the dark card, you can have it here. If it is a warning card here, all the styles are there. Okay, you have to copy the secondary card. This one I need this div. I just copy this one. Control C to copy this one. Okay, Control C to copy. Back to my project. Here I am going to go to, don't paste over here. Footer is a template. Okay, footer is a template section. So go to the layout.blade.php. This is a template page. Okay, here the footer page, footer sections is there. Okay, earlier we have pasted, this is the content we have to change. Content, you have to make the style as a content. This time I am going to make the style as footer section. So what I am going to do is, go to paste, click on the layout.blade.php. Inside the layout.blade.php, your footer is there. Here, copyright C 2022 tutors funny. Here I am going to paste it there. Whatever style you have copied here, I have to paste it below. Control V to paste it below. You have to arrange them. You have to press a tab key in your keyboard 2 times. You have to arrange the divs help of your tab key on your keyboard. It's simple, you can arrange it. Now this secondary card, instead of that, you have to copy this one. Sorry, this one copy it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste over here. Now I need this one. This is this blank text. So you have to remove them. Press back space to delete them. And save all and check whether it's working fine or not. Refresh it. Here, it's working perfect. Here, copyright C 2022 tutors funny. Here it's working fine. Here it's working fine. Now you can see here the pages look nice. I hope you understood so far. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the controller part. So before I'm going to discuss about the controller part, I'm going to go to the routes folder. Inside the routes folder, we have a page which is a web.php. Click on this one. Here where we manage the routes. You have to manage the URL links. If you type /about, this goes to the about page. If you type /contact, it goes to the contact page. But this is not an efficient way to return the view. This is not an efficient way to return the view. Instead of that, we have to implement the controller section. So let me see how to do the controller part, how to implement the controller part. Let's back to the documentation. This is the controller creation part. So here, open PHP tag and close the PHP tag. Inside the tag, here we have created the class as a name. So we have created 4 different pages. If you go to our project, here we have 4 different pages. Those are about page, service page, contact page and about page. Each pages we have to create the controller. So how to create the controller for each pages? This is the first controller I am going to create for welcome page. So class welcome controller extends controller. We have to extend the controller class. Class welcome controller extend controller. This controllers reside on here. Use app inside the app folder, HTTP folder, controller folder. Here it will be reside. This controller class. Inside this class, we have created the index action method. We have created the method which is a index method. Inside the index method, we have written the views. We have written the view. The same thing we have to do the professional way. Here, this is the empty function. If you have created the function in controller part, function as a name. Okay, this function has a name which is an index. This is a professional way to make the links. Okay, so here public function index, the function has a name index. It returning the view welcome. It will be returning the view as welcome. So let me see how to write it. I will write it in my next video tutorial. I'll see in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach the database configuration part. If you configure the database, you can go to the file which is a .env file. Here where you can configure the database. This file I already explained. So here we can see this is the file. Here you can see there are main three parts. This is very essential. First one is a DB database, DB username, DB password. Here where you can change the database name, DB database. Here default come as Laravel. You can change whatever name. What is the name you have created the database on the XAMPP. DB user name, DB password. DB username, if you install the XAMPP in your machine, what is the username you have to give? By default, it's come as root. The username come as root. Password by default come as blank. If you like, you will be able to change the username and password on XAMPP server. Here I have put the default one. Okay, when you install the XAMPP in your machine, default username is root. By default, password is blank. I have set as a default one. Okay, let's go to the .env file. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to run the project again. So go to the E drive. This is the drive where my project is reside on. So this is the folder. I open it. This is my app. Inside this folder, this is my app. Double click and open it. So here I'm going to open this file into my VS Code editor. So I can go here and type cmd, press enter key. So here I'm going to open on VS Code code space dot, press enter key. Right. My project is open on the VS Code editor successfully. This is the part where we stopped in our last video. Right. Now I am going to run again the project. So how to run again the project?
You have to type the command again in order to run the project. You have to type php artisan serve. You have to type the command. Press enter key. Now here your project is running. You can see here. Now I just copy this one. Ctrl C to copy this link. Back to my browser. I'm going to open the Google Chrome and paste it on it. Just paste it. Press enter key. Right. Now our project is running successfully. Here we stopped in our last video. Now let's back to our project. This is our project. So I'm going to go to the env file. So env file I already explained where it will be there in our project structure. So here this is our project. You can see the env file here. This is a e.env file. These are the folders. These are the files. When I taught the files, I'll be explaining the env file. So click here. If you click, this is the database configuration part. You can see here, this is the DB connection, MySQL, DB host, DB port. This is the port where it will be running. So DB database. Here you have, if you create the new database, you can give the name. Here the username and password you can give here. Okay, this is how we have configured the database. Database configuration part, I'll be do in my next video tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the controller for welcome page. So we have created the welcome controller. In this video, I am going to show you how to create the controller for other pages, about page, contact page and service page. So goes to the app folder. Inside the app folder, there is a folder which is HTTP. Inside the HTTP folder, we have another folder, controllers folder. Inside the controllers folder, we have created the controllers. We already created the controller, welcome controller. Now I am going to create the controller which is a about controller. So right click, new file. I am going to type about controller .php. Press enter key. Now here I already created the controller welcome controller.php page, the same controller. So we have we have some spaces here. We have to remove the spaces. Okay. Now the same code I just copied, Control C copy. Click on the about controller.php page. You have to pay Control V to paste it. Go to the controller.php page, Control A to select all, Control C to copy. After that, back to about controller page, Control V to paste. Now here only these all are same. These all are same. Okay, my about controller reside on the controllers folder. You can see here it is extend the controller. Now here only we have to change the name. What's the name here? I have written about controller. So we have to write instead of the welcome controller, we have to type here about. Only change the name of the controller only. Our index section method is same. Now here we have to return the view. What the view we have written? When some click about, it goes to the about page. So here we have to write this. What is the page? About. That's it. That's the only thing you have to write. Very simple. After that, I'm going to go to the web.php page. Here we have to, this is a function. The empty function, we have to remove it. These are all the things we have to remove it. Backspace to remove everything. Here we have to write. We have to write what is the controller name. Keep remember these all the things very must. About controller. So we have to write about. Here you can see the controller name about controller. You get it from here. After the class, comma, for the page about controller as an index section method. Here about controller, it has an index section method. It will be written in the view as a about page. So view dot here we have to click the web.php. Here we have to write the index. That's it. Simple. Now after that, we have to give the path my about controller reside on where. So here you have to go here. You have to write use app slash http slash controllers slash, here we have to write about controller. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Right. Now let's save. Now you can see here, if the user type slash about, press enter key, here it goes to the about page. If you click home, it goes to home page. If you click about, it goes to about page. Successfully working. About controller is working. Now here we have to create the service controller and contact controller. So let's back to our project. So go to the controllers folder. Inside the HTTP folder, controllers folder, right click, new file. We have to create contact controller
dot php page, php contact controller dot php. Go to the welcome controller page. You have to select or Control C to copy. Click the controller contact controller dot php page. Control V to paste here. Here we have to make the changes. Only we change the name, controller name as contact controller. Same name you have to give here. Contact controller. Index action method is the same. Returning the view as contact. Contact controller index action method. What's the view return? You have to the same page name you have to give. If it is a contact page, just contact. You have to give the name. If it's about, you can give the about. The service, you have to give as a service. So it returns the view as contact. After that, go to the welcome.php page. Here what I am going to do is, here we have to the function, the empty function, we have to remove them. Backspace to remove them. Inside the bracket we have to type, what's the controller? Contact controller class comma contact controller, it has action method index. If the URL coming like this, it goes to the contact controller index action method. It's go here, contact controller, this is a contact controller index action method, it returning the view. So it returning the view, which view? Contact view. It goes to the views folder. What you return on the contact.play.php, it will be return the views. This is how the flow working. Okay, now go to the web.php page. We have written it. Here, keep in remember, you have to add the path. App HTTP at the HTTP controllers. This is a contact controller. The contact controller. That's it. After that, we have one more page. This is a service page. So let me create the controller service controller. So go to the controllers folder, right click, new file, service controller .php, press enter key, go to the welcome controller page, Control A to select all, Control C to copy, back to my service control.php, Control V to paste the code. Here only this thing we have to change it as a name. What's the name? Service controller, service controller. Here index action method. So what is the view it will be written? Service. So we will type the service. Very simple. After done the stuff, what you are going to do is, after create the controller, go to the routes section inside the routes web.php page. So here this function I'm going to backspace to remove them. You have to write simply service controller class comma, it has a method and index action method. It has a method which is index action method. After that we have to add the, I just copy this one, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Only thing we have to change it here as service controller. That's it. Okay, this is the path where my service controller reside. Simple. This is simple stuff you have to do it. This is how we have created the controller and change the routes. Now let's save all. Go here. Now let's refresh it. Now let me check it. Where are the links? Click the about, it goes to the about page. Click the service, it goes to the service page, you can see here. If you click contact, it goes to the contact. If you click home, it goes to the home page. Successfully working. I hope you guys you understood the things so far. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach about the database configuration part. We already installed the XAMPP server in your machine. I'm going to open it. So go to the search. I'm going to type XAMPP. So here you type, here you can get it, XAMPP controller panel. Click and open the app. It is open it. You can see here. This is the dialog box. Now here you can see the module Apache and MySQL. You have to start both. Here you can see the buttons. Click start. Here the port is started. If you click start the MySQL as well, here it will be started. If there are any issues on the ports, I already explained how to change the ports. I already explained if there are any issues with the port. I already explained while we installing the XAMPP in your machine. Right, it will be connected successfully. You can see here there is no errors. Right, now let's go to the Google browser, Google Chrome browser. Now here start the new tab. Here you have to type localhost. So type localhost php myadmin, php myadmin. Press enter key. It is open up the database. Localhost php myadmin. It is open up the database. Here where you can create the new database. So here first click new. Here you can create the new database. I'm going to create the new database as db my site. db my site is a database I have created. I'm going to create. Click create. Here my database has been created successfully with the name of db my site. This is the name where we have to give into my env file. Now let's back to our project. Here this is our env file. Click the env file. Here you can go to the database configuration section. Here this is the part db mysql. Keep in remember this one db mysql. Here this is the ports. Okay, this one should be our database name. The default come as Laravel. Now I'm going to change it as a database name. What is the database name I have created? I have created the database name as db my site. Right, here I'm not going to change anything here because I haven't changed any username or password. By default it come as username and password. Come as username as is root, password is blank. Leave, keep as it is. That's it. This is how we have configured the database. I have already created the database here. This is the same name I have given here. That's it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. I hope you understand so far. I'll see you in my next lecture. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach about the database migration part. Database migration means we have created the tables. We already create the database. Now I'm going to teach how to create the table using migration command. Now here, if you have created the table, you have to type the migration command. You have to type php artisan make colon migration create here you have to specify the table name. What's the table you are going to create? In this example, I am going to create the contact table. So you have to type the name as contact here table. You have to type like this. This how you have to create the table. You have to write the migration command. Okay, migration create. Here you have to type the table name. What is the table you have created? This example I am going to create contact table. If you are going to create other table as service table, so you have to type here create service table. Right. If you type this command and press enter key, your table has been created. After open the table migration page, you can see here there are two type of function will be created. One is a up function, other one is a down function. What does upper function is? It used to create the table. Upper function works. Down function, if the table is exist, it will be drop the table. The upper function is used to create the table. Down function is if the table is exist already, it will be drop the table. This is the two function is created. One is a upper function, another one is a down function. After run the migration command, you will be able to get these two function, upper function and down function. Now let's back to our project. Now let's run that command. Now here my project is running. Now I am going to close the project. How to close it here? I am going to stop the project. So hold down the control key down and control plus C. You have to type control plus C. Your project is stopped. Now I am going to type this command to create the tables using migration command. So type php artisan make migration create. Here you have to type the table name. So I am going to create the table as contact, create contact, which is a table name. After that you have to type table. This is a command which used to migrate the table. The migration, you have to type the migration create table name. So create table name, table.
After type the command, you have to double check it whether the command is correct or not. Okay, so the space here, the space is not allowed. So how to remove the spaces? So there's a left and right arrow keys. You just go click on here and go to the left arrow key. Here you can see the spaces. Press backspace to remove the space. Now press enter key on your keyboard. Now the create migration. Here you can see here the create migration. Your migration is created migration.
After type this one, before press enter key, you have to check all the things are correct. Now here there is the problem between the spaces. Okay, we have to remove the spaces. Make colon, the space is wrong. We have to remove the spaces. Okay, so here how to remove it? Click it here and use the left and right arrow keys. Now here left arrow keys, I am going to go to the left arrow keys. Now we have to remove the space. Go here, I am going to remove the space. Press backspace on your keyboard and remove the space. Now press enter key on your keyboard. Now you can see here created migration. Here you can see the created migration. You can see the created migration. The file is created migration. Now you can see here after enter that you can go to the, this is your folder structure. Okay, now you have to go to the folder which is a database folder. Now this is the folder structure. Here you can see the database folder. Inside the database folder you can see the migration folder. Inside the database folder, if you expand the database folder, you can see the migration folder. This folder I already taught. So here you have to expand it. Click expand it. Here your new table has been created. Create contact table. This is your table. Contact table has been created. This is the default table. It will be generated by Laravel. This is the table you have created. Create contact table. You click on this one. Now you can see here. If you click on this one, you can see here that two functions are there. It's a up function, it's a down function. This is used to create the table. The down function is, if the table is already exist, it drop the table. That is the difference between up function and down function. I hope you understood so far. I will see you in my next lecture. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I am going to teach about the ORM tool. It stands for Object Relational Mapping Tool. It's called as ORM. It is reside on apps/models. Let's back to our project. Here the app folder is a first folder in our project. If you click and expand our app folder, you can see here there is a folder which is a models. Inside the models folder, we have created all the models. We have to call it as ORM, which stands for Object Relational Mapping Tool. It's called as ORM. Here I am going to create the models. It will be communicate with the database. I already talked about this all the stuff. It will be communicate with the database. So let's back to our documentation. How to create the models? So here you can see here, starting PHP tag and close the PHP tag, and first you have to specify the namespace. Our model is reside on app, inside app/models. You can see here. The app is reside on here app. Inside the app folder, we have a models folder. Inside the models folder, we have to create the models. That thing I have specify here. Okay, here namespace app/models. After that, we have to create the class. We have to create the, what is the name I have created the class? Class contact extends from this model class. This model class is reside on here. Use eliminate /database/allocute/model. This model is reside on in this here, in this location. This model we have to extend into our contact. So this contact class we have to extend this model. Okay, so here this model we have to specify the location. This model is available in this location. Right. So class contact, what is the class name we have created? Contact class extends this model. After that, open curly bracket and close curly bracket. Inside the class, we have created 3 different variables. One is we have created as, we have start with protected. First variable we have created as table. Table, what is the table name here? I have specified the table name as contact table. After that, second variable you have set as a primary key. So primary key we have set as ID. Third variable we have to create as fillable. these are the columns. This is the database table column. Name, address and mobile. You have to specify the database column names. So this is the table, this is a contact table. Inside the contact table, these are the columns: name, address and mobile number. This is how we have create the models class. Right. Now let's back to our project. So here where I am going to create the model class, inside the app folder, you can see here there is a folder called models. Here where I am going to create the contact.php model class. We'll see how to create in our next video tutorial. I'll see in my next video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach how to create the models. So go to the app folder. Inside the app folder, there will be the folder which is a models. Right click, new file. I'm going to create the models which name is, here what is the name? I'm going to create contact.php. So let's back to our project. Models, right click, new file, contact.php. Press enter key. Now here, first we have to open the PHP tag. Here, close the PHP tag. Inside the PHP tag, first we have to specify the namespace. Namespace means the model is reside on where. Here, namespace app models. You can see it. App models. So you have to write the namespace app / models. That's it. We have to write. After that, we have to specify the path of the model file, the model class. You can see this model class, the extended model. You have to specify the path. So the same thing, I just copy it. You have to write. Paste over here. Now I'm going to create the class. What's the name? You have to create the class contact extends mod. Open and close curly bracket. Here inside the class, you have to press the tab key. Here I have to create 3 different variables. So we have to start with protected. First variable I am going to create as table equal, what's the column name, table name, contact is our table name. Second variable I am going to create as ID, so primary key. Set the primary key as ID. Third variable I am going to create as fillable equal, you have to specify the column names. Name, comma, what are the column names? Name, address, mobile. Name, address, comma, mobile. This is how we have created the models. First, you have to specify the table name. Second variable is a primary key ID. These are the columns in our database table: name, address mobile. I hope you guys understood how to create the models. I'll see you in my next video tutorial. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw how to create the models. So here we have to forget to put the colon for the end of the statement over here. Right. Now let's save. In this video, I'm going to teach about controller part. How to create the controllers by typing the command. Now let's back to our documentation. If you look at the controllers, our controller is reside on app folder, HTTP folder. Inside the HTTP folder, there is a folder which is a controllers folder. Inside the controllers folder, we have created our all the controllers. We already show how to create the controller by writing the codes. How to create the controller by writing the code we saw. Right. So we no need to create the controller by writing the code. Instead of that, we have a command to create the controller for easy way to create the controller. Right. So how to create the controller by the command? Let's back to our documentation. Right here the documentation. PHP artisan make controller. Here this is a controller name. Here at the moment I am going to create the controller name which is context controller. If you have to create another controller which is service controller, you have to give the name here as service controller. If it's a about controller, you have to create the name as about controller. If it's a welcome controller, you have to type here as welcome controller. After that, resource. After that, you have to write a resource. Resource means it's a resource controller. Okay. What is the meaning of resource here is we have to generate the CRUD operation. We will talk about the CRUD operation later on. So first we have to, in this video you have to learn how to create the controller only. So first you have to write PHP artisan make controller, after that controller name resource. So here we already saw these commands when we create the migration table migration. So let's back here. Here PHP artisan make migration. Here we have typed the table name. We specify the table name. The same thing here we have specified the controller name. Here we have started controller. Here we have typed here is migration table controller creation. We have to write the keyword as controller, your controller name and resource. Resource will be talk it later on. Now let's back to our project. Now here we have already created the context controller by writing the code. So I just select this one and right click and delete. You have to delete them. Move to recycle bin. Instead of that, I am going to create the controller by the command. So how to create the controller? You have to type this command. PHP artisan make controller name resource. Now let's go here and type PHP artisan make controller. After that controller name. What is the controller you are going to create? Context controller. So you start with capital controller. Sorry, context controller. You can see here the context. This is the controller name context. After that controller you have to start with capital.
the name also first start with capital. This is a professional way to create the controller. Here, you go back to our documentation here. Contact, start with capital. This is the name of the controller. Here this controller also you have to start with capital. This is the way you have to create the controller. If it's about controller, A start with capital. Here C start with capital. This is the way you have to follow the instruction when you create the controller. This is very important stuff. Right. After that, here you have to write resource. This is resource controller. Resource means it generates the CRUD operation. We will be talk about this one later on. So this is the command which we use to create the controller by the command PHP artisan make controller, your controller name, and after that resource. This is resource controller. Press enter key on your keyboard. Now let's see. Here controller created successfully. You get this message. Your controller has been created. This is how we have created the controller. I hope you guys you understood so far. I'll be seeing my next lecturing. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we have created the controller. So let's back to the controller class. Click on the controller, contact controller. This is the controller we created in our last video. So here you can see here this is a controller. So automatically generated by this code by typing the command. By typing this command, this code will be automatically generated. Let me look at the code. So you can see here the first one, namespace app HTTP controller. This controller is reside on the app folder. Inside the app folder HTTP controllers. Inside the controller folder, our controller is there. Contact controller. So it will be here. Here you have to import the namespace. After that, it will be created the variable by the command is request. It will create the variable request. After that, you can see here it will be created the class contact controller, the name of the controller contact controller, extends the keyword extend from controller class. This contact controller extend from controller class. You can see here it's a controller class. This controller contact controller extends this control. Right. Now inside the class, by generating the 6 functions, all are based on the CRUD operations. You can see the first function will be the index, second one will be the create function, third one will be the store function, fourth one will be the show function, fifth one will be the edit function, sixth one will be the update function, seventh one will be the destroy function. Not 6 function, 7 function will be created. Right? So these are the functions will be created. Index, create, store, show, edit, update and destroy. Okay, these are the functions inside the resource controller class. I hope you guys you understood so far. I'll see you in my next lecturing. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. In our last video, we saw regarding the contact controller. In this video, I'm going to talk about the resource method. What is the purpose we are creating the resource method? We talk. Let's back to our documentation. Here we have created the controller. You can see here PHP artisan make controller. Contact controller is the name of the controller. You can see here the resource. While creating the controller, we have typed here resource. This resource method I am going to teach. what is the purpose we are creating the resource method. This is very important stuff. Keep in your mind. So let's back to our resource PF, this one, right? Now here, let's back to our project. Go to the routes folder. Inside the routes folder, we have a web.php page. So this is the routes folder. Inside the routes folder, we have a web.php page. What is the purpose we are creating the web.php page? We saw. It's the purpose of creating the URL management. Okay. So if you are type /about, it goes to the about controller index action method. So it goes, if the URL come like this, it goes to the about controller index action method. You go to the controller, about controller, this is about controller index action method. It returning the view about view. So about view, it returning the view as about view. You can see say about view. What you are written inside the section, it will be display and show the output. This is how the model architecture will be works, right? So web.php manage all the URLs. So if you look at the context controller, there are 7 different functions there: index, create, store, show, edit, and update, and destroy. So if you look at the about it controller, we saw only one function, which is an index function there, it returning the view. So here, if you saw the context controller, you can see here 7 different functions are there. So how to manage the URL? So if you manage the URL like this, you have to type 7 times. Okay, routes. You can put get, post, get like this. You have to manage the URL. If you are go to the index action method, you have to type context controller class index. If you have create the create function, go to the create, store, show, edit, update, and restore. These are all the functions. We have to type the methods, routes, and we have typed 7 times. We have to type and we have to manage the URLs. Avoid the situation here. If it is too much code, we have to return. Here it is too much codes we have written. Here line by line we have typed 7 times. Right? So avoid this situation. This one method will manage the 7 function. The 7 function: index, create, store, show, edit, update, and destroy. The 7 method can manage by one method, which is a resource. That is the purpose we have create the resource method. Resource method can understand if the request come create, what does, if the request comes come and store, what does. All the things will be managed by the resource. All the function will be managed by one method, which is a resource. Okay, now you can understand. Okay, you can all the things, all the 7 line routes codes you can write in one line. Routes resource / contact, the same thing, / contact controller class. That's it. Very simple. Now let's go to the web.php page. Now here this is a URL, right? Now if you are managed by the contact controller, so how to manage? So here the same thing, you just copy it, paste it here. Contact, you write like this: contact is a contact controller Here you type index method. The same thing you just copy. The second one should be create. Like us, you have to write. Avoid the situation, we have to manage the one method which is a resources. Resource method can manage that 7 functions by one method which is a resource. So you write here resource. That is the purpose we have created the resource method. Okay, now here we no need the index page. This all the 7 methods, 7 function can manage by resource. Only we have to write the single code like this. Right, that's it. Route resource / contact controller class. This one method can manage this 7 function. Those are index, create, store, show, edit, update and restore. I hope you understood so far what does the resource method. I will see you in my next lecturing. Thank you.